Have you guys ever wondered, who is the strongest Avenger, the best Avenger, the most memorable Avenger? Your favorite Avenger even? Well, today's the day we answer that question. So, we're gonna do a movie review for each 4 of the main Avenger movies: Avengers, Age of Ultron, Infinity War, and Endgame. And we're going to rate each one and review it and summarize it for you guys. And at the end, we're gonna do a list of best to worst, and then we'll do a series of each Avenger. We're gonna start off with Avengers, so it's gonna be pretty wild and hectic and arguable, I would say. So you guys have to definitely stay tuned until the end and make sure you enjoy and just keep watching the videos so you don't miss a new upload or anything like that. And before we start, make sure to like and subscribe and turn on the post notifications. So yeah, let's get right into it. So I watched all of these movies a long time ago, and I've watched them multiple times, each one of them, like probably like 8 times, like probably like each. Yeah, it's not, We're gonna start off with the first Avengers. It came out in 2012. This is personally one of my favorites because this is the movie where everyone just became a team. And yeah, this is the start of the Avengers, which is a team, so that is very exciting. Let's start off with the first part of the movie. It shows these clips of the Tesseract. That's like kind of foreshadowing, I guess you could say, like what's the main plot of the movie. So I'm not a fan, I'm not gonna lie, of the first scenes, because if you haven't watched the previous movies, you wouldn't really understand the characters or who they are or anything like that. So it's definitely not enjoyable to watch in the first about 5 minutes, 10 minutes maybe. And once you get past this scene though, everything is just smooth sailing and it's really fun to watch. Characters are really fun to watch, and yeah. So there's Nick Fury come out of the helicopter. This is the first appearance of Nick Fury, I'm pretty sure, in Avengers, or in Marvel. So, of course, you have his partner, so that's pretty cool. And then you have Phil. That's not his first appearance though, I think he was in Thor. So he was in Thor. So that's his, I think his second or third appearance. And now they're going to go to this Tesseract they found. And so on the first scene, there's nothing else really special except that Loki, one of his also first appearances other than Thor, but he is gonna end up hypnotizing Hawkeye with the, so yeah, he's gonna end up hypnotizing them to be on his side, which is also like foreshadowing the plot of the movie, what's gonna happen. And alright, so at this part, they're pretty much escaping. The ground's gonna fall in and stuff, and as you can see, there's a big explosion, and that's because of Loki, of course. And so yeah, he's pretty much the villain of this movie. And then you have Nick Fury talking to some counselors about discussing this problem with Loki or whatever, and how they're gonna solve it. So pretty much is they have to assemble the Avengers.
Assemble.
Phil is telling her that they need to assemble all of these characters, and she is assembled to try to get Hulk onto the team. So pretty much what this next scene is for is her trying to convince him to get on the team, and that's what this scene is, of course. I feel like there was definitely a better way they could have done this to assemble them. I guess this is how they did it. So yeah, this is pretty cool. And then the next Avenger they had to assemble was Captain America. Nick Fury had to try to get Captain America on the Avengers. So Captain America is definitely one of the main characters on the Avengers and through the rest of the whole MCU. For Avengers, he's like not the powerhouse, but he's like who everyone wants to see in all the movies, and he's definitely one of the main characters along with Iron Man and whatnot. And here you see Nick Fury trying to convince him to get on the team, and I think that he somehow luckily does it. Now Phil is trying to convince Iron Man to the Stark Tower where Iron Man now lives. Phil is pretty much trying to convince Iron Man to get on the team, and he's like, I don't want to do it. I have a girlfriend. I just want to relax and have a good time at the Stark Tower or whatever. Oh no, we need you. And then he pretty much convinces him, and yeah. So of course now, fun fact, Phil, part of the SHIELD agents, he's a huge Captain America fan, and he's just stoked that he's on his ship and everything like that. Pretty much Captain America's reviewing footage of like how to fight this guy or whatever he has to do. Okay, so now this is the first meet up pretty much of like 2 Avengers. It's pretty much Captain America and Black Widow in the first scene together. So that was really exciting, and they got to meet each other. And them meeting is a big special part. And now you're gonna see Hulk meeting Captain America for the first time and Black Widow for the first time. So let's watch and see what happens here.
They told me you'd be coming. Word is you can find the cube. Is that the only word I mean? Only word I care about. Must be strange for you, all of this. Well, this is actually kind of familiar.
Gentlemen, you may want to step inside in a minute. It's gonna get a little hard.
So that is them meeting each other for the first time. And now they're saying like, oh yeah, they're thinking the ship is about to go underwater, but it's really going in the air, and they're not ready. But I think he's giving Nick Fury $10 because. So here, a clip of Loki trying to like pretty much take power over a bunch of people to show he's like dominant or whatever. And he pretty much he stands in front of hundreds of people, and then you see this one guy that stands up like this, and I think this is really cool because it just shows how like he's not scared of him, he's proud, and he won't bow down to a guy that's saying there's always men like you. So there's always an evil person out there, and yeah, I think that's pretty cool that he said that. So then you see Captain America defending him, which is pretty cool. It's like good karma almost, you could say. And then he says, last time I saw a man standing in front of everyone else, it was in Germany and a long time ago, whatever. And that was back in the war that he was in before he got frozen. And this is them pretty much trying to capture Loki, and they end up succeeding. And and this is where Iron Man first meets Captain America, of course, right here. That's a big part of the movie. And they're they're not best buds, of course. They don't like each other. Now this is where Thor gets onto the ship, and now Iron Man goes to attack him to get Loki back, I guess you could say. But Thor wants him because he's part of Asgard. He needs Loki back on Asgard, of course. Captain America says, we need a plan to attack, and then Iron Man says, I have a plan, attack. And that was a pretty cool clip, I thought. Okay, so here you see them having a big fight between Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man. There's actually foreshadowing some major clips in the future movies, which I think is pretty cool. So here you have them all fighting. They end up all losing somehow. And yeah, that's a big fight. Not good. Very not good. Here you see Captain America, Thor, Hulk, all of them in the same room together. This is where they all collide pretty much and figure out how to keep Loki in the cage and figure him out and what he's trying to do and what he's going to try to do to defeat pretty much everyone. That is what they're doing in this scene. So Hulk meeting Iron Man for the first time. Bruce Banner and Tony Stark, they're both big scientists, really smart guys, one of the smartest on the earth pretty much, and which is why they actually need Bruce Banner. They don't need the Hulk. They just need Bruce Banner because he's so smart, and that's so if you guys misunderstood that, but that is why they need him, to understand it. And this is them trying to figure out his scepter and stuff like that. And Captain America pretty much is trying to like lead the team to victory, pretty much, I guess you could say. And this is Loki in the cage he was put in, so pretty much makes all his powers go away, so he can't do anything, I'm pretty sure. And now this is Black Widow trying to get him to tell what he's pretty much to tell like what his plan is and trying to convince it out of him. And he thinks he's not gonna be able to tell her, and then he ends up telling her somehow, and he gets mad over it. So, and he realizes that his idea to get out of that cage is to pretty much angry Hulk, to create an incident so he can get out. And let's watch. So you brought the monster, aka Hulk, Bruce Banner, which she just said that's his play, of course. And she figures it out, being very smart, of course. And here it leads to a clip of them all fighting. And while they're fighting, which Loki wanted, I'm pretty sure, that's when Hawkeye, who he hypnotized before, comes onto the ship trying to get Loki out. And yeah, okay, so this is where Hawkeye gets onto the ship. We'll fast forward a little bit more. This is the Thor Hulk first fight. This is pretty much just all scenes of them pretty much like, you know, fighting each other, and then they end up fighting again, and it's just not a good mixture. And then somehow he gets into the ship. They get into the ship, they try to free Loki, and he escapes. He kills Phil, unfortunately. That was really sad. So there's that. And they're pretty much like memorializing over Phil because he was a really good man, and he showed him the cards he had for Captain America and blah blah blah. So yeah, that is pretty cool. But they talked about Phil a little bit. This is Hawkeye coming out of his hypnosis from Loki's scepter. That happened in the first part of the movie, as I showed you guys. I just really think that it just shows like how they pretty much got together and how they're like a great team now. And it started off with a bunch of fights between themselves, and that's pretty much how it all started to become this great team that everyone knows and loves now. So this is Loki and Iron Man, or this is Loki and the Avengers, and they're pretty much fighting right now. And as you guys saw, you had them all meeting each other. That was cool. And then you had them having those iconic moments that you just can't forget. This is them pretty much winning the victory after all. This is the end scene where Loki has to be taken back to Asgard with Thor. And yeah, they all go off on with their lives like if nothing ever happened. And yeah, go undercover as superheroes. And yeah, that is gonna do it for the Avengers, the first movie like of the Avengers review. My overall take on it is that I'd probably say okay, so my overall take on it is probably that I think they could take this way too if there's this real life, of course. I would probably say don't fight with your peers, or don't fight with people that you like. Fight the real problems instead of trying to, you know, fight with everyone else, trying to make yourself feel more powerful and stuff. Forget about all that other drama and just, you know, be just like don't fight with each other. Fight the problems that are shown instead of fighting the problems that don't need to be fought, and the wars that don't need to be fought. Just fight problems that do, and only when it matters. You don't make any other problems occur. I'd also say that like don't be scared to do the wrong thing like they of course are doing. And yeah, I rate this movie, it's a tough question. I'd probably give it a, going based on 5 stars of course, I'd probably give it a 4.2, which would convert into an 8.4. So the reason I say 4.2 is because there's a lot of more, a lot better movies that are gonna come out, of course, that are a lot, like, that can be a little bit better than this one even. So that is why, and the reason why it's so high is because like the first of them assembling, it's the Avengers assembling pretty much. So that's why I give it such a high score, and also, but not like crazy high because there's better stuff to come. So yeah, if you guys disagree with me, comment down below. Tell me what you guys think about the movie. Did you guys like it? Did you guys not like it? Did you guys think it could have been better? In what way? Or maybe like it was like the best movie you've ever seen and there's nothing else to say about it. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and like and subscribe and turn on the post notifications and share this video with all your friends, of course. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in the next video. Peace.